Today I'm going to finally work on my vision board because it's been on the to-do list for a long time. And doesn't it feel so great to just like check something off, you know? I am feeling a little bit sick. I don't think it's COVID because I'm not like sick, but I'm under the weather, so to speak. So apologies, but the show must go on. Oh, by the way, this is a heating pad for my back. I've been having back problems. 2021 was kind of crazy, right? This year has been so wild. It started with me living in San Francisco, and you bet your ass I was taking those sunset pictures. And you're welcome for not posting them. My pleasure. I'm trying to find something that would like fit with my vision. I don't know why this calls to me. You bet your ass I had a good time. I am drunk, as you can tell, my dudes. I'm having a dance party, but it's not even my birthday. I even got to new fitness levels. And my legs are literally shaking. This has never happened to me before. Mostly because you can't really have a car in the city, so I kind of had to like just bike everywhere. This is so unsafe. Well, I was still studying for the CPA exams in the beginning of this year. I've got my application going to the mail. And of course, I cried about it a million times. I really know how to give myself a pep talk. And because I couldn't really figure out why I was failing continuously, I started therapy. Or like this. Maybe this one. And I'm having a really hard time staying motivated. I just don't really want to do it. There's like my thinking side, and then there's my logical side. My logical side is very much, hey, you need to study if you want to pass these exams. You paid for these exams. You need to sit down and get on it. It's now or never, my dude. Like, you have to. And then my feeling is like, well, I hate this. I don't even know if I want it. I'm struggling a lot. Throughout all this, I learned so much about myself. I realized the reason I couldn't study for the CPAs was because 1, ADHD, and 2, I couldn't remember my why. And so I took some time to evaluate that, you know, try to figure out why I was doing it and to come back eventually. And after I decided to take a pause, that sparked a lot of amazing changes in my life. I started to spend more time alone. I'm ready to go right. I'm scared about literally nothing. Nobody cares. I know nobody cares. But why is it so taboo to like do things by yourself? And visited different parts of the city and found some really cool spots. Then I finally had more time to focus on my artistic ventures. Ooh, this was perfect. A guy with a guitar. Yeah, so I started being able to pursue more my artistic ventures and the things that make me happy. I started doing all the things I forgot I loved, and I started new things that I didn't know I could love. And in the beginning of 2021, I was lost. I mean, I was comfortable with my safe career and in track to pursue exactly what my parents wanted for me. A life I thought I wanted for myself, convinced myself I wanted, but convincing yourself is never gonna work because you know the truth. It was because I surrounded myself with all of these people that were in the same career and the same mindset at the time, not even dare to wear colors. And then I realized that wasn't me because I started like actually knowing who I was. And throughout that year, I started to feel like Alyssa Carey's ask myself, what am I doing here? That's so bad, I'm sick. And I would go to these parties and pretend to like it because I didn't used to like it, but all of a sudden I didn't. I hated feeling hungover. I hate it. I mean, sure, the free happy hours are nice, but damn, I cannot be getting drunk 3 times a week. Oh my god, it's so not good for my mental health. Is this what being an adult is? Ugh, man. Ooh, maybe I'll put these in, like, maybe it'll smell. I ended up losing a lot of friends in 2021 because I stopped going to the parties and I stopped drinking and, you know, doing that. Ooh, that's my favorite actually. I started being weird and not really interested in the same things, and you know, that's how people grow apart, right? Honestly, if I'm the weird girl that doesn't like to go to parties and stuff anymore, then maybe I like being weird. I used to like need to be around people all the time, and then fuck, I realized my thoughts are not that scary. And you know, I've been hiding this version of myself for a really long time because it was not okay to be different. Ooh, I hid that girl for so long because I thought this girl wasn't welcome here. But it turns out the scared little, really vulnerable artist inside of me was scared of the rejection. So it was like, you cannot create because what if it's bad? Think about that. And then I also realized the people that like who I am actually will like me for me, not because of my social life or even like going drinking and stuff, I guess. I don't have to pretend to be somebody else to have friends, you know? And honestly, that was a hard lesson to learn, but it turns out I was not really surrounding myself with the right audience. Part of starting to love yourself and growing spiritually and mentally means you realize the way your thoughts have always manipulated you. My ego made me think that my artist side was bad because it was different. But isn't being different beautiful? Don't we all want to be different? Why would I want to be the same as everybody else? And I guess that's the truth learned. We want to fit in, but we also don't realize that our individuality is the thing that makes us who we are. And that's so cliche, but I mean it. I mean, you will always continue to need that validation from others because you haven't accepted it as true at all yet. No amount of validation will ever be enough, you know? I like myself and I can be whole by myself first, and others can be secondary. That way you will never, you know, be affected by other people. Why would you want to be controlled by others? The truth is, trying to fit in so badly, I forgot that being an individual and being different is the thing I like about myself. And again, this year, I learned that it doesn't really matter what other people think, as long as I know what my truths are. And then I wouldn't have to prove myself to anybody. Just me. Just myself. I guess proving it to yourself is the hardest part, but until you realize that you need to prove it to yourself, how do you know that that was something you needed to do in the first place? And it's the first step, right? I also learned that other people don't have to be wrong in order for me to be right. I learned that expectations always lead to disappointment. I learned that I'm allowed to think that I'm cool and like who I am and still be humble. And most of all, I learned that
past me never finished her sentences, so we're going to finish it for her.
This is what I call a pro.
She was sick. I feel like we should give her grace. I ended up working a little bit on my vision board, but it's not done. Last but certainly not least, I learned to surrender to the present moment and how much time I spend thinking about the past and future and how much of a waste of time it is. This past year really can only be described as fire, which I am an Aries. I am fire. That's just who I am. Fire, we all know what that is. It's energetic, it's passionate, it's intense, it's excited, but it's also very uncontrollable and just a lot. And that's what this year felt like to me. It was so much uncontrollable growth. It was amazing and passionate and exciting, but it was also really hard to figure out. Like, for example, this YouTube channel, I have so many ideas and I'm like, I want to just do it all, but then, you know, I would be in these intense moments of just like wanting to create, and then these intense downsides where I'm just like, I feel like shit and I don't want to do anything at all. With great fire energy, there's also the downside of the burn crisp at the end, and that kind of led to an imbalance in my life. I just wanted to do everything at the same time, and then I got overwhelmed with all the things I want to do at the same time, and then I do nothing. After this year of constantly creating and putting out my own fires, I don't know that I want to embody that as much as I do now. There's nothing wrong with my fire side, but I think this year has to be about water. I am a Scorpio rising, so like I feel like with this fire energy, there's just this excitement to create, but nothing really gets done. And water is flowy, it's consistent, it's calm, but also it can sometimes be really strong and powerful. I feel like I finally have somewhat of a system going for me in terms of like my YouTube channel, and then also like my full-time job and every other creative venture that I'm kind of trying to do, and I want to just embody that. I want to be water, flow through this year. I want to start something and I want to do it to completion instead of just like going really hard in the first half and then quitting. Just as fast as fire is created, it destroys just as easily. And water can take something and it can deliver it, you know? It's strong and calm. I want to embody that. I want to know my strengths well enough to know that I don't need that fire, passion, energy in order to do what I want to do. And it's strong and unpredictable when it's instigated. You might be wondering, this is a lot of weird words that you're saying, Ipsita. Like, how are you going to do it? What does this mean? You're going to be water. Like, are you an avatar? Yes, I'm trying to embody Korra. Well, in all realness, my New Year's resolution is to be like water, to flow. And that means prioritizing yoga, meditation, and self-care practices so that I can fully put my attention into my work when the time comes. And hopefully this will keep that flame, that passion inside of me going, but it's calmer. Like, I want it to be like a smaller flame that isn't so destructive. And how do you lessen fire is through calming water. That sounds like a lot of mumbo jumbo, but honestly, more so I'm doing it because my calendar is all about water, and I'm like, yes, this is what 2022 is gonna be, water. But yeah, this vision board. I wanted to add some things to this, and I feel like I could. Maybe in the back I can write down like some things. So I want to be water. Water. It says, water, you flow so calmly. No one ever really realized your strength until they dipped their toes and you carried them away. I wonder if I could like put some stickers or something. My secret vagina fairy from Quilt, we did like Secret Santa, and I got these tarot stickers, and I think that they are very relevant. So maybe there's a water do you ever like feel like you get these stickers and you never use them because you're like, oh, this purpose isn't good enough for the sticker, and then you never use your stickers because of that reason? I think the moon is good because moon is like water, right? I think I'm gonna do this one. Flowing. Okay, I think I'm done. So anyway, here's the vision board. It's very chaotic, obviously, like my personality. So we've got music. I said 1K, but I wrote 1 million. So I've got this little like Gucci Bloom perfume, and it's actually my favorite perfume. I wear Gucci Bloom, which smells so good. I'm gonna make 5 new vegan recipes and foods, and lastly, I'm gonna flow. Movement. Prioritizing flow. Well, that's my vision board, and I'm really excited for 2022. It's going to be the year of water for me, and I'm ready. Okay, well, thank you for watching this entire video. I can't believe you're still here. I really appreciate you, and this will be the last video of 2021. I guess I'll see y'all next year. Bye.
This year was like a lot of like pew pew pew. Next year, I'm gonna be like